Grand Rising, Elizabeth. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Health and Wellness Show. My name is Sister Deetra, and I have some team members, Mama Razia, and Sister Jacqueline, and Sister Ebony. And we are so glad to be here today. Mama Razia might come in, and we still holding great thinking and healness for Sister Jacqueline. Today is June 27th, 2023, which is a great day. You know, this is it reminds me that this is the birthday of one of my friends, past friends, many years ago, June 27th, which is a birthday. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to do an oracle reading right now. And this, I pulled it this morning, which is interesting too, because when I pulled the name, let me see if you can see it. You normally can't see with this. Never mind. Let me get out of here. Stop video. No. Let me just clear my screen so you guys can see. If it can come off. All right, that's a little better. No.
You just blurred it, that's all.
I get out of all this stuff. Choose. Wait, hold on. I just want to stop it. It's interesting learning how to do all these little things. Okay, maybe I can.
Girl, go on, just show that thing.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right.
It's not even up there that long.
Okay, so
Move
to the
it
left, to your right a little bit. Yeah,
there you go.
Right there.
Yeah.
We can see it.
This is called Sawatch, Goddess Sawatch. And she is the goddess of grounding. And this just spoke to me because I've been talking about grounding, been doing grounding for the last 5 days consistently. But it's interesting too, because when I looked up her name, Sawtche, I'm like, is that Sawatch or what? You know, let me spell it again. Sawtche. So when I looked up the meaning of the word, get the pronunciation, you know, I'm going to read a little bit about what I found. But first, I'm going to read the goddess card, please. Let me do that, the reading for that. Okay, so Watch is the goddess of grounding from South Africa. She represents the temple of the ancestors' temple, and she is of the bush element. You may know great ancestor Sawatch as Sarah Chi or Sarah Bartman. Now I'm going to speak a little bit more about that name, Sarah Bartman, because I have read about her before, but I'm going to talk a little bit about that later. And it's the woman forced to perform as the Hottentot Venus in 19th century London. But before that, she was Sawatch, a Cocoan girl in South Africa who deserved better. Sawatch's guidance is protect your magic. Your heart is your own. Your body is your own. Your mind is yours. Your truth and story are your own. Be rooted in your truth. Let me say that one again. Be rooted in your truth. Create healthy boundaries. And the embodiment is your energy is unsteady. Breathe. Come into the present. Say out loud, I am here. Trauma, stress, overwhelm, anxiety, and fear disconnect you from your body. Grounding helps keep you present. When you feel rootless or unsettled, come back to your breath. Meditation and breath work are grounding. Try earthing, connecting your feet to soil. Free writing, clapping, stomping, and rubbing your hands together are all grounding. And the goddess declaration is, I am firmly planted and deeply rooted. Let me say that again. That sounds so nice. The goddess declaration is, I am firmly planted and deeply rooted. You know, when I read that, it reminds me of like a big oak tree that's huge. You can tell it's been growing for the last, 100 years or so, or even more. It makes me think that, I can be just like that tree, just firmly rooted, and deeply rooted and firmly planted. And that just makes me gives me a smile. Are there any thoughts on what they're reading today? Being grounded?
Well, I don't have a particular statement. I do have a question on the grounding, and that is how have you seen or felt or noticed in any way a difference since you've been fasting with the grounding, and since you've been going over to Razia's, since you learned?
Okay, yes. Good question. For me, more or less for me, when I do it for the last week or so, I've been present. I've been able to, wherever I am, I'm able to take my time and be present.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's been helpful for me. That's what has happened with me with that grounding piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just being present, which has been powerful,
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So Evan, you want to share anything with your grounding? It looks like you're moving around, so maybe not. Okay, I did want to read a little bit more about Sawatch. Like I mentioned earlier, another name she goes by is Sarah Bartman. The Black Venus. And I'm going to read a little bit about it. I had read about her a while back. I will show you. I don't know if you all can see the picture of her. Oh, this way. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. We see it.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to read a little bit about her. This is a caricature of Sarah Bartman from the 19th century. And this is written from the perspective of the writer. I have long wanted to talk about Sarah Bartman, known as the Hottentot Venus or the Black Venus. The Black woman was promised a life of fortune, taken to Europe as a slave to be exhibited naked to men and women around Europe, just because of her physique, the physique of a Black woman. Her life was that of humiliation, prostitution, and slavery of another name. Her story is a very hard one to hear when you are a Black woman, when you love Black women, or when you love women in general. Her life was not of a Venus, but rather that of a sex slave and zoo animal being exposed naked all the time and raped by men who dreamt of trying, in quote, this Black Venus. She was displayed as a freak because of her unusual physical features,
Yeah.
studied, dissected after death, and will only finally be put to rest 187 years after her death. Swatch, from her real name, was born in 1789 in the Eastern Cape of modern-day South Africa. Her father was from the Khoi tribe, and her mother came from the Bushman or San tribe, the oldest tribe in Southern Africa. Women from that tribe are known to have a lighter skin tone with very developed hips.
Mm.
In the Khoi tribe, it is a sign of beauty, but the Europeans who had never seen it, it was considered a physical deformation or a sign of racial inferiority. Not sure how having a flat bum can attest of a race superiority. As a teen, Swatch was a typical Khoi woman of medium build and light skin tone, and as will be said today, with a big booty. Even if she was beautiful, no one in her tribe was shocked by her physique, given that thousands of women were just as Swatch. So I thought that was interesting because especially when I was looking up just the pronunciation of the word, this came up, this name, Sarah Bartman. And I had previously saw that name and read about her.
I've heard of it.
So it was kind of interesting. So I thought I'd share it.
Please.
Had anybody else ever heard of her?
Yeah,
I heard the name. Yeah, me too.
yeah, when you were talking, when you said, I said, she sounds familiar,
Yes.
And yeah, that was so humiliating. And yeah, I like when you said because they have a flat bum.
Right.
And
Right, exactly.
so they just assumed that is the standard.
Exactly.
Because of what they are, how they look, and like what we experience.
That's true.
In particular, I'm talking about our hair and stuff,
Right.
or those that are over in some parts of Africa where they're still trying to lighten their skin.
Yes, exactly.
Right. And yeah, all of that. But sometimes I wonder, and I know these people are gone, and stuff, but people who did the mean things,
Right.
like the Hitlers and the people who just destroyed other people, especially when they attacked a whole race of people, a whole group of people.
Yes.
How do they deal with their soul?
I know, I get you.
But some of them, I mean, everybody changes. I don't. Everyone will change, right?
Yeah.
And so no matter what people have done in their lives, we stand on that God is not finished with them. There is
Exactly.
something that can
Sometimes they come to their deathbed when they they apologize or something.
Yeah. But yeah, to know that you you're responsible for lots of people. I mean, just one is enough,
Right.
But when you talk about not protecting yourself, because even that is devastating, but to just kill people, yeah, or destroy them, or leave them limping, or leave them distraught, just yeah.
Oh, what? just when you were just talking about that, I thought about how we you know, we were viewed as animals, or even less than that maybe. But you know, other people viewed us that way. And just
Mhm.
think about how we treat animals. We treat animals too. You know, we kill them so we can eat them. You
So
know,
I'm gonna say we eat them. Yeah, yeah.
right, right. So, and if somebody thinks of us as less than animals, or animals at most, killing us is not that big a deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like interesting. So when we kill other things and eat them and do stuff, and then we think bad about other people that kill us, you know,
I
it's kind
know.
of can we really talk?
Yeah, right. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something, but yeah.
Yeah. So anybody else has anything they want to share? Um,
Mm-mm.
okay.
Mm.
Grand Rising Lolly, Grand Rising Bridget.
All
Uh,
right.
Grand
I was gonna say, Evelyn, you might want to go off camera because you're taking naps and you're so beautifully right in the square.
I'm, I'm listening.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Uh,
Okay, but I'm listening.
Yeah, she just looked like she sleeps. She not.
But on camera, when people are viewing this, when they're looking at it, that's all. That's all.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All righty.
I know I'll be falling asleep sometimes. So
Okay.
I'm like,
Okay.
oh my God, and yeah.
All righty. Okay.
Sister Deidre, did you say that the goddess, her body was magic? That's why she was called the Black
Oh,
Beast.
okay. Yeah, I did show that. She's actually the goddess of grounding. Can you see it? Wait a
Oh,
minute. Hold
she's the goddess of grounding. Okay.
on.
Is
Okay.
she half underground?
No, she just has she's standing on the ground, but she has
Okay,
things. Geez, I know
yeah,
it's hard. She just has leaves and things around her.
okay.
But yeah, she's the goddess of grounding.
Grand Rising Lolly and Miss Bridget.
Grand Rising.
Okay.
Rising.
Mm-hmm.
The discussion for today will be mirror work by Louise Hay, and it's 21 Days to Heal. So let's see, I had something I wanted to begin to talk about, kind of an intro to this. Has anyone heard of mirror work? I know you have, Queen. Anyone else?
Deidre had her hand up. I mean, Ebony.
Oh, go ahead, Ebony.
Yeah.
I've heard of mirror work. I came about it through the book a few years ago.
Okay, thank you.
Is that a separate book? Is that a book that says Mirror Work and is by Louise Hayes?
Oh, yes. I don't know if you can see it,
I
but
see. I see.
okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And just well, let me. Well, I can read. I can. Okay, I'm gonna talk about how we can get the book, how to download the daily meditations, and I want to give the dates for the mirror days 1 through 21, because this is 21-day process. And then I want to talk about a few things, but I just want to read this one little part first. From Louise Hay, she says, for most of us, sitting in front of a mirror and facing ourselves is difficult at first. So we called this process mirror work. But as you continue, you will become less self-critical and the work turns into mirror play. And we always talk about doing some kind of play in our lives, so that's great. Very soon, your mirror becomes your companion, a dear friend, instead of an enemy. I thought that was pretty cool. So, sometimes we look in the mirror like, ugh, we might feel like you don't like what you see. But if we use the mirror as a place of looking at our best friend, I mean, how nice is that? Who accepts you just as you are. So I thought that was kind of cool to think about this mirror work as an opportunity to talk to a friend. So how you feel about that, Ebony? Sounds good. Okay. Let's see. Now
If I
I want.
can add,
Yes, please.
yeah. So this is I want to learn more about it because I have not read that book. But I would say that the concept of it is still relatively familiar for me.
Yes.
Not only because, but one, I have mirrors. I have to reorganize my apartment, otherwise I'll show you anyway. Excuse the boxes and stuff, but I literally have, how do I say? Okay, I literally have mirrors
Wow.
everywhere. I created this mirror thing, and then in my meditation room, I have mirrors in different places.
Isn't that something?
So I really appreciate mirrors, but like even in the concept of Buddhism or nature in Buddhism, where we chant to like this scroll, which is it's metaphorically the mirror of our lives type thing. So we're like looking into this as we chant and really being able to see the depth of ourselves and what we want for our lives and what we want to change and how we can grow and how we can evolve and go through our human revolution. So it's a similar concept. It's not like a physical, actual mirror you're looking at yourself, but it's the mirror of your life and everything that can happen within your life. So I'm familiar.
Okay. Well, that's good. Thanks for sharing that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I actually, Lord, I got my book. I'm a Prime Amazon person, so I got it in 2 days. And it was only about
It's $13.
okay, yeah. So it wasn't much. It wasn't a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, just $13.49.
Exactly. Okay, thank you, Mama Evelyn. So if you want to get the book, you can get it in 2 days. If you have Prime. If not, it might not even take much longer than that either.
Actually, if you let me see, if you right now, if you order it like right now, you'll get it between 5 and 10 p.m. today.
Oh, in 1 day. Okay.
Yeah, but you gotta spend $35. So yeah, that's the way to get you.
Oh, that's the way to get you. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that. Let's see. Now, the book actually comes with meditations as well, daily meditations. And I can say how maybe I can put it in the chat, how you can get the downloads. Let me see. I can go ahead.
Mr. Deetra,
Yes.
I have a video
Oh,
where she talks about it about 10 minutes. I'm gonna put that on.
okay. Thank you.
Grand Rising, Mama Het.
Grand Rising, Mama Het.
And she might be anywhere. She'll pop in.
Right.
Okay, let me see. Here we go.
Just FYI, on 8 books is like less than $10.
Oh, wow.
like $6 and $7. You know,
I
Oh,
got
that's-
something from, I ordered, it was a piece of equipment for my computer. And I thought it was gonna be like the next day. It's okay to be there by, I think, be there today. And I was like, whoa. And they didn't charge me extra. It's through Pam's membership.
oh, Amazon or
Yeah.
Abe?
Or who?
You mean Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I saw, but it's a $35. You have to spend $35. That's what I see.
Oh, you had to spend. Oh, okay, got it. I thought you said,
All together, it had to come up to $35, and then you get it today.
got it, got it. Okay, let me see. Let's see what she's saying.
Happens to you during the day, immediately go to the mirror, even shaking a finger at us. Most of us today, when we look into a mirror, will say something negative to ourselves. We either criticize our looks or berate ourselves for something. To look yourself in the eye and make a positive declaration about yourself is one of the quickest ways to get positive results with affirmations. I ask people to look in their eyes and say something positive about themselves every time they pass a mirror. And if something unpleasant happens to you during the
Well, that's some good work for you, Lolly. You got mirrors everywhere. You're gonna be you're rapping to yourself, girl. You this. Next step, you gotta say something. Next step, you gotta say something.
That was a beautiful picture.
Yeah.
That is.
Yep.
the day,
That would be a nice
immediately
feature
go
wall.
to the mirror and say, I love you anyway. You see, events come and go, but the love you have for yourself can be constant, and it is the most important quality you possess in your life. And if something wonderful happens, go to the mirror and say, thank you. Acknowledge yourself for creating this wonderful experience. First thing in the morning and last thing in the evening, I want you to look into your eyes and say, I love you. I really love you, and I accept you exactly as you are. It can be tough at first, but if you stick with it, in a short time this affirmation will be true for you, and won't that be fun? You will find that as your self-love grows, so will your self-respect, and any changes that you find yourself needing to make will be easier to accomplish when you know that they are the right ones for you. Love is never outside yourself. It is always within you. As you are more loving, you will be more lovable. So choose new thoughts to think about yourself, and choose new words to tell yourself how magnificent you are and that you deserve all the good that life has to offer.
You know what's interesting about this is that it seems
I am
so
totally
simple. Like, why
adequate
would
for
somebody
all
say,
situations.
oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead. I thought I was finished.
Oh yeah, I was trying to see if she's saying something, but sound like she's going into a kind of a meditation.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but no, what I was saying was that this seems so like a simple thing to do, but it's amazing the effect it has on you to think positive about your life and your person,
Yeah.
regardless of what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I started speaking love into my water,
Oh, good.
or anything I drink,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nice thing to do.
Well, it should be anything we put in our body, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Mama Evelyn, you can come back on. I didn't mean to kick you off.
Queen, why are you not showing yourself?
I am, because I'm engaged in here and I still don't have my TPHSS.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm, in the midst of doing two things, and I wanted
Okay.
to, but yeah, So come on, come back. That was when you, but I guess if you've fallen out, and I just want to be honest, because sometimes I'm sitting back and I'm sitting here and I'm, nodding in and out as well. So I just try to remember that, especially if I'm
Mhm.
back. That's all.
Mhm.
That's all. So what do y'all have to say? Do you have anything to say about the mirroring thing? I was laughing and joking about that with you, Lolly, but that's a very positive thing that you can have those mirrors and not be bothered, about negative judgment about yourself. That would be hard to have. If you hate yourself, it would be hard to have mirrors like
Right, that's true. If you can see
that.
yourself every time you walk around.
You looking at yourself and stuff. I know a lot of times I make funny faces, especially now. I really make funny faces all the time,
Um,
Helps.
when I used to have a car and would just be hanging out, I used to go to these thrift shops, and I did years ago purchase two very nice mirrors. And one is in the bathroom and one is in Sheena's room. And nice wood frame, very nice mirrors. So you see yourself when you go into the mirror, and as you're walking past to go to the toilet, because that's the only place it'll kind of fit between the toilet and the sink. So yeah, and I do need to purchase a mirror because with the feng shui thing, I need a mirror up here so that I can, I know, but I want to be able to see who's coming in. So that's something I have to do, because I really can't see my computer being any place other than this space.
Okay,
But
that's you.
so I'm looking for a mirror, and I don't know whether I don't know, should it be oblong, you think, guys? Or I've always had, this is a really nice copper plate. I've had it for years. I was thinking about getting a mirror and put it in there and then hanging it up. I think that
Oh,
would be nice. Don't you think? I think so.
I think so too. That's kind
Yeah,
of cool.
I think I will get a mirror. Yeah,
Cool.
because I like round, I like circles.
I
Yes,
just
yes.
imagined like if you had a few of those in different sizes hanging all next to each other.
Oh, okay.
That's a thought.
Oh, I know, how you go to Marshalls, or what is it? Marshalls, and what's the other one? You get really cool stuff.
Joanne Fabrics, you talking about? No.
Michael.
Oh,
No.
TJ Maxx.
Marshalls and yeah, TJ. Yeah, I found these mirrors and I sold them, and I was looking and found the pictures of them. I said I really shouldn't have sold those, but they were beautiful. They were ornate carved wood around, and I don't know, I should have kept them, but anyway, they're gone.
If they're meant to be
They're
with you,
gracing someone else's home, but they were
right.
really cool.
You'll find some more. Okay, you know what I wanted to do, because I don't know who has the book, but at least, I can read what should be in place for tomorrow, or you can try today, but definitely tomorrow. The first day one is called Loving Yourself. And I'm going to read what it says here. It's so important to love yourself. Mirror work can help you build the most important relationship of your life, your relationship with yourself. When you begin your mirror work, you may think it's too easy or even silly. A lot of things I suggest that you do over the next 21 days may at first appear too simple to make a difference. But I have learned that the simplest actions are often the most important. I'm going to read that again. But I have learned that the simplest actions are the most important. One small change in your thinking can lead to huge changes in your life. Each day, we will address a different theme. I will begin with some thoughts on the theme and then give you a mirror work exercise. I would like you to practice throughout the day. You can begin in the morning by doing this exercise in front of your bathroom mirror. And then during the day, you can repeat it whenever you pass a mirror or see your reflection in a window. You can also carry a pocket mirror with you and use it to do mirror work whenever you have a few minutes to spare. I urge you to keep a journal as you do your mirror work. Jot down your thoughts and feelings so you can see how you are progressing. Each day, I will give you a journaling exercise, suggesting a few questions to help you get started. I believe that each of us has a power within us, a higher self connected to the universal power that loves and sustains us and brings us prosperity of every kind. Journaling will help you connect with this force. You will see that you have within you all that you need to grow and change. Each day, I will also provide you with a heart thought to support your mirror work and an affirmation to help you put the day's theme into action. Finally, I offer a guided meditation. I suggest that you sit quietly before you go to bed and reflect on how these ideas can make your life a little easier and a lot better. You can read the meditation in the book, or if you prefer, listen to the audio version from which it was adapted. Okay. Let's see. Now for day one, she says that number one is stand or sit in front of your bathroom mirror. Number two, look into your eyes. Number three, take a deep breath and say this affirmation. I want to like you. I want to really learn to love you. Let's go for it and really have fun. Number four, take another deep breath and say, I'm learning to really like you. I'm learning to really love you. Number five, this is the first exercise, and I know it can be a little challenging, but please stay with it. Keep taking deep breaths. Look into your eyes. Use your own name as you say, I'm willing to learn to love you, Petra. I'm willing to learn to love you. Throughout the day, each time you pass a mirror or see your reflection, please repeat these affirmations, even if you have to do it silently. After you finish your morning mirror work, write down your feelings and observations. Did you feel angry or upset or silly? 6 hours after finishing your morning mirror work, again, write down your feelings and observations. As you continue to practice your mirror work formally and informally, did you start to believe what you were saying to yourself? It's interesting. This reminds me of A Course in Miracles. I don't know if anyone else feels that a little bit, because the Course gives you daily things to do too. So, number three, keep track of any changes in your behavior or your beliefs over the course of the day. Did the exercise get easier, or did you continue to find it difficult after doing it a while? Number four, at the end of the day, before you go to bed, write down what you learned from doing your mirror work. Now, this is the hard thought for day one. I am open and receptive. If we do mirror work to create good in our lives, but there's a part of us that doesn't believe we are worth it, we are not going to believe the words we are saying as we look into the mirror. We will reach a point at which we start thinking, mirror work doesn't work. The truth is, the perception that mirror work doesn't work has nothing to do with the mirror work itself, or if the affirmations we say. The problem is that we don't believe we deserve all the good that life has to offer. If that's the belief, then affirm, I am open and receptive. Okay, and the meditation that you can listen to if you download it, but I'm going to read it right now. Each one of us has the ability to love ourselves more. Each one of us deserves to be loved. We deserve to live well, to be healthy, to be loved and loving, and to prosper. And that little child within each of us deserves to grow up into a wonderful adult. So see yourself surrounded by love. See yourself happy and healthy and whole. And see your life as you would like it to be. Putting in all the details. Know that you deserve it. And then take the love from your heart and let it begin to flow. Filling your body and then moving out from you. Visualize the people you love, sitting on either side of you. Let the love flow to those on your left and send them comforting thoughts. Surround them with love and support and wish them well. And then let the love from your heart flow to the people on your right. Surround them with healing energies and love and peace and light. Let your love flow around the room until you are sitting in an enormous circle of love. Feel the love circulating as it goes out from you and then comes back to you multiplied. Love is the most powerful healing force there is. You can take this love out into the world and silently share it with everyone you meet. Love yourself, love one another, love the planet, and know that we all are one, and so it is. You know, as I read this, family, that actually happened to me yesterday. I was talking to someone and they were kind of harsh with me, and I took offense to it because it kind of made me feel heartache. So what I did was I actually wrote a letter stating how that person that shared the information with me, how they could have told me what they needed to tell me in a loving way. And I wrote it out very lovingly in something that I felt connected to. And believe it or not, I felt happier after writing that letter to myself about what that person said to me. And I felt in love with me. So it was wonderful. It was wonderful. Yeah, so that was an exercise I did. But I think it's a good one that I should continue to do when somebody, you know, says something hurtful to me, because sometimes they do. I can write, you know, sometimes it might be something they're sharing with me that's necessary. You know, they're telling me the truth about something, but it's just the way they do it. You know, it just doesn't resonate with me very well. But if I rewrite it and put it the way I wanted, you know,
would have wanted to hear it.
Yes, exactly. Right. Oh, okay, somebody has their hand up. Mama Hat, what's up?
Greetings.
Hey.
Yay.
Rising Elizabeth. I wanted to share, Deidre, that was a very key point that you pointed out about how, you know, going back and doing the work yourself to get the results that you need. Marissa Peer is a online, well, she's online. She's a, I don't know what kind of life coach, if you will, whatever.
Okay.
But the person who suggests that people don't have to keep going to therapy year after day after year after month. And
Right.
she believes in the weaning process. She doesn't call it that, but she's the one who came up with the term "you are enough." And she talked about that in order to heal relationships, even of people that have passed away, to have the conversation or write down that moment that someone was treated you foul or you need an apology. You can write that and do that for yourself and stop waiting and depending on someone who doesn't even they might not even know that they need to apologize.
Exactly.
So
True.
for you to do that self work, that mirror work, if on the subject that you're talking about, that is excellent for, forgiving yourself for, that happening and having that moment. If you had a parent that didn't tell you I love you, write that. She said, you pretend you be the person who you need to be, and then make that statement and tell your little girl self or whichever one was harmed, I love you and you're worthy, and things like that. So I'm just glad you brought that up. That was excellent.
No, thank you for sharing. That's wonderful.
For sure.
Yes, Miss Lally.
Yeah, I really appreciate that, the loving yourself thing and the letter part. I'll speak on both, but I actually have a song called Mirror Love from that last project that I put out, and it's literally a part in it, and it's just like, what did I say? Wash my face and brush my teeth, and I was like, look in the mirror, like, where am I? Rewind. I knew that I could be in love like this. I knew this. Basically, I say I looked in the foggy mirror after my shower, and said, "Baby girl, I want to see your smile." And later on, I'm like, I washed my face, brushed my teeth, and smiled and said, "I could love you better." That's what I told myself in the mirror. So, maybe I'll share it later. But that telling yourself, "Hey, I could love you. I'm working on loving you," in the mirror is such a huge thing, because sometimes people aren't going to tell you, "Hey, I want to work on loving you." Like, they might not be the ones to do it, but you can do it for yourself at least.
Exactly.
So that's huge. And then even recently, as far as the letter thing, people say things and they don't address you with love how they should or whatever. I've been experiencing that recently. Writing that letter, sometimes, in theory, it'd be nice if we could write a letter and share it with that person and be like, "Hey, this is how I feel." They're not always going to receive it, and that's not the point. But writing the letter, it allows you to address what's happening and address how you can feel adequate, and how you can still feel like I can make whatever changes I need to make in my life, I can make. But I'm going to tell myself how to make these changes in a loving way. I'm going to address how I feel. And like Mama had said, forgiving yourself for what happened. Yes, like if I'm in a situation where I'm not in a space of love, I forgive myself for not being in this space, for allowing myself to be in a space where somebody can't respect me or love me or talk to me in that way. But I'm gonna show that love to myself in the meantime. So that's good. That's good right there.
Thank you for sharing that. Yes. Confirmation. Yeah, because I did have the opportunity to share my letter with that individual, and they were like, "Oh my goodness, I did not even realize that you would feel any way, any way negative. I was just telling you, what needs to be done. But thank you so much for sharing this with me." So I felt good that I did it, and I'm glad they were receptive. So, maybe going forward, that won't happen again like that. We'll see. Grand Rising, Mama Razia.
Grand Rising to all of you. Sorry I'm late getting on.
No problem.
Glad you're here. Queen, did you say something? You were muted.
Sorry, I was saying, and Danielle, Grand Rising.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Grand Rising, Danielle. Uh-oh. Did she go somewhere?
Oh, she must have hit the wrong button.
And Sister Ebony, did you want to say something? You had your hand up earlier.
Oh no, I'm just fine enjoying this conversation.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, but Mama Razia, we're talking about mirror work and saying positive things and kind things to yourself, by looking at yourself in the mirror. And so we're sharing different events or times when we had to do that.
Yes. Well, I realized that there are sometimes, some days it's harder to give yourself the praise than others because you're reflecting on what just happened this week or just happened. But I appreciated the link that you sent, Deidre, and was able to listen to some of Louise Hay's suggestions. And the part that I listened to, she was saying that every day is a special day in your life.
Yes.
And I think of the phrase, I love you when you're good, but I also love you when you are, quote, bad, or you've made a mistake, or you think you've made a mistake, because all of our experiences are for our good and for our learning.
Exactly. That's
and
true.
That was a hard one for me to take in my earlier years. I said, how could this be good?
Right.
It's so painful. It's so frightening. What's good about it?
Right.
But I learned that it strengthened me. And it was like a dress rehearsal for what was to come.
Yeah, that's a good perspective. Yes. And
Yeah.
that was thanks to Ebony too. She sent those videos out, so I'm glad you appreciate them.
I have a video I want to jump in here with.
Okay.
We've all heard about Louise's mirror work, and some of you have seen her do it. It's amazing. First of all, she has a heart-shaped mirror she does it with, which is just beautiful in itself. But Louise talks to herself. I mean, sometimes when I pick up a mirror, I'm like, I love you, and I'm trying to really work through it. Louise picks it up and you see it's like she's seeing an old friend. How are you? And I love you, and it's so great to see you. And I think what an incredible relationship she's developed with herself. When you develop that kind of whole relationship with yourself, when another person steps into your life, you're two wholes coming together. You're not an open wound saying, this is who I've been and I hope you're going to complete me. You're ready for a new exciting relationship, and that mirror work is just amazing.
Let's just take a look at what we see in the mirror. Just breathe. I want you to say to yourself your name. I love you. I really, really love you. I love you. I really, really love you. It's a new thing. You probably haven't done it before. But what we're really trying to do is to connect with the inner child within, who has been neglected for so very long. Most of us, when we look in a mirror, we criticize ourselves, we make fun of ourselves, we say derogatory things to ourselves. It's a habit. And what we want you to do is to start connecting with that inner child within you that wants so much to be loved and hasn't been for perhaps years and years and years and years, and maybe never when it was a child. I know this is a tough one to say, but if it's too tough to start with, you can start with something like, Louise, I'm willing to learn to like you. Not quite so threatening. So I want you to, this is something I want you to do a lot First thing in the morning, I want you to get in the habit of having your little mirror with you, whipping it out at any time, or any time you pass a mirror. Say something nice to yourself. I will look at myself and say, you look fantastic, kid. And sometimes I'll say, you know, you may not be as tight and taut as you used to be, but you're fabulous. You're absolutely wonderful. We want to be our own cheerleader. We want the things that we say to ourselves support us and love us and make us feel good or make us feel silly. You know, you're a hot potato. And it's not only just saying you love yourself, but do your affirmations in front of a mirror. Do forgiveness in front of a mirror. If you have somebody you need to forgive, do it in front of a mirror. And get yourself if you have a big mirror, sit down in front of it, because you won't run away. You can't. It's too hard to get up. And you can sit there and you can cry, but you'll go through it, whatever it is, and it'll be fast. The mirror, as small as this may be, can really help you connect with yourself. Looking in the mirror and saying, how can I make you happy? What can I do to make you happy today?
Oh, that was nice, Queen. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That really made it clear. So who's gonna try it? I know I am.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm realizing
Oh,
I don't.
okay, all right, try, right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze.
Feels good, thank you. Sorry, Mama Rosia, what did you say?
Well, you know, I'm sitting here thinking, and I realize I don't have a mirror anymore. I'm thinking of the compacts or the
Right.
things I used to have, and I'm thinking of other mirrors, and I think things got packed and lost or whatever, and I've got to go out and purchase a good small mirror that's handy
You know, on
and
my
personal.
heart is saying get a mirror gift for everyone on the call today. I mean, I'm feeling that very strongly. So I don't know how it would happen though, but I mean, I would need addresses or something, but that's on my heart. So
You know what? I realized as I'm cleaning up my space, I have a four list, you know, one of those mirrors from Walmart, from doing some other spiritual work. And then I have pocket mirrors. You know, you get into different circles, and I'm realizing I got all kind of stuff. Like, I'm really at the point I don't need to buy anything else. I have,
right.
like, I would say if you buy mirrors, I don't need one. I have pocket ones. A lot of people do this type of work, you know what I'm saying? Or they suggest that other people do this type of work. And sometimes it's more for women who need to build up self-confidence and they need to learn to love themselves.
Yeah.
And I like what Louise has, like, you know, it could be anything. It could be forgiveness. It could be just positive affirmations for yourself. You know, it's amazing to me how many people have some people have a hard time looking in the mirror, just looking in the mirror.
Right, it's true.
So I'm like, I just want to let you know you don't have to put me on that list because I have plenty. But I'm definitely gonna do the work.
Okay.
I'm definitely gonna do the work.
Okay, Miss, thank you, Danielle. Yes, Miss Sister Ebony.
Thanks for calling me. I have mirrors. I've been doing mirror work, groups, sister circles, and groups for the last 3 years. I stopped last year, and I really want to bring them back this year. I came about the mirror work through a place of hurt, and it's so beautiful grateful to see you ladies over here like engaged in this conversation and enjoying this topic because it really means a lot to me, this mirror work. It comes from a place of self-compassion, and self-compassion, you don't give it to yourself every day, and it's work. So, Sister Teacher, I have a ton of mirrors. They small, compact mirrors. And then I have these doctor mirrors for your desk.
Yes.
So if when we get together, I don't mind giving them to you. My group, I'm gonna start the journey with you guys this July, and then I'm gonna take another group of ladies on a journey in August and in September up until my event, and I'll have books in August. I usually have the book and the mirror provided.
Oh,
But I've done this.
so much.
Yeah, I've done this a lot of different ways. My first year, I did it like from the outside in. I was like completely no clothes on in the morning and doing it in the morning. And the second year, I incorporated the shadow work because it is a work with your inner child.
Yes.
And
Yes.
last year, I just did it for reassurance for me. And this year, I'm excited to share it with somebody. I really want to share this journey
Yes.
with somebody, like something personal that impactful. So yeah, Sister Teacher, we can get together. I guess this for you guys have in my heart today. This conversation.
Okay.
And
So it looks
you guys
like
are
we're
beautiful.
gonna get started in June, right? So in June, this group of women, we're gonna start our mirror work. But I was wondering.
You mean?
Say it again, Queen.
I said, are you speaking of July? Because we're at the end of June.
Oh, July, right. July, right. So if you could, I had down here that I want to, if you will not have the book, I would like you to order the book yourself. But if not, I can actually email the different parts of the book, the different days. I can email that to you if I have your email address. So if you can put that.
Have the ebook.
Say it again. Say it again, Ebony. Okay, where you go?
I was asking where you emailing the ebook.
Oh, that would be even better. I would like to do that. That would be great.
Is that something that can be done? Don't you have to pay for that?
Ebony, can you speak to that, please?
Don't you have to pay Louise Hay?
Yes, I think Louis Hay has the ebook on the Hay House site. I'm gonna look it up really fast. Every time I try to talk, ladies, I am getting kicked off. Like every time. So I hope it don't.
That's because you're using that word. Using that word gonna happen. So
Okay.
I'll got a quiet moment. When Isis was little, when Isis was coming up, what I did was I wrote on a couple of our mirrors that I love you, and I used to teach her to go up to the mirror and tell herself that she loves herself and also give herself a kiss. We started that early with the baby, you know.
Okay. So
I just thought that was something that was really important. And I love how Ebony said the mirror work with your nude self. I really like that. My mom was very much so. I think if we would have been in another time and place, my family would have been in a nudist colony. We were able to appreciate our bodies, and I am really thankful about that with my mom. To the point where my niece, she used to take showers with my mother, and one day Kelly said, my mother's like, "How long are you gonna keep taking showers with me?" I guess it was getting a little crowded when she got a little older, but I just really appreciated that those moments with my mom, you know,
Yes, that's beautiful.
So can I, so I'm gonna make a suggestion.
Uh-huh.
And, since I saw, what I saw at Lolly's house,
Uh-huh.
that would be nice for us to go over a place like Lolly's house.
Okay.
And because she has mirrors at Lolly's house.
Oh.
And
Lottie, you want to show it again?
we can literally just get naked, stand in front of our mirrors because we're in Lolly's house and do our work. You know, I did it at Landmark, and I'm sure well, Deidre, you've done it, so you can lead the way, you know, a session with you. I think that would be cool.
Okay.
We have to ask Lolly.
Okay, she's showing her room.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you, Lolly, for showing again.
Lolly,
I
in
just
that
came.
second room, what is that colorful? Is that a painting behind there?
It's flowers or something on the mirror. Oh, the paint. Oh, that one.
Oh,
Oh,
is that a dress?
A
Piece
material.
of fabric? I'm just saying it's just really
I was muted.
pretty.
Sorry, I forgot I was muted. It's a tapestry. It's a tapestry.
It's a
Oh, that's
tapestry.
really nice.
Upside down?
Yeah.
Is it upside down?
I got tapestries on most of
I
my
love
doors.
your tapestries.
Yes, they're beautiful. Ooh, that
Yep.
could be a
So I've
that
been
could be.
tempted to put a tapestry in my car. I love them on your doors, Lolly. I decorate my doors too. I love that. Love it.
Yes, I love it.
Oh, that's sweet.
yes.
Yeah, I had just done a post not too long ago about how remember when we used to go to the store and we used to always have the trifold mirrors? I miss those. And I did an event, and when I went in the dressing room, they had a trifold mirror. It was like, wow, really, really nice. Do you all remember, anybody remember trifold mirrors where they had 3 mirrors when you go in the dressing room?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw everything.
Right.
Look, front to the back, to the back,
Everything.
front to side, and
Yeah.
the side, and the side.
Okay, good. It's been great. I'm looking forward to this, getting involved in the mirror work and day to day, starting in June 1st. It'll be our first
July.
July. Here I go with June. Why am I stuck on June? I don't know. But yeah, July 1st, right?
So, okay, so back to going over to Lolly's house.
Okay.
Deidre, were you, cause you were kind of in and out when you were sharing.
Okay.
So are you, not Deidre, I'm sorry, Ebony, you were kind of in and out when you were sharing. Are you saying that you've done many of these and you would like to share with us and lead us in one of those at Lolly's house if she invites us over there? Okay.
Get a thumbs up from Molly.
Was that what you were saying, or that you would facilitate that?
Ebony.
Or Ebony,
Ebony. Okay.
I'm sorry, what you say?
you don't hear me talking to you?
I heard you talking, then I got lost in the question before y'all asked me.
Do you see the words that are coming out of my mouth?
I hear you. Here go the list right here.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
And
So
what you say?
She at work.
yeah, I see that about you facilitating a mirror work at Lolly's house.
Oh yeah, when you want to start that?
Okay, so
Yes.
you two talk and then present to us a date. So she has all
Okay.
those mirrors there that we can just go in. She's got privacy, no kids running around, nothing, and we can just, you know, get in there and get some work done.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Lolly gives a thumbs up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ebony.
So
Ooh, here we go reconnecting, Lolly.
yeah. All right. And just, you know, keep it simple. You know, we can come over a couple of hours. You know, we don't have to spend those long days and stuff like that. We can get in there and get it done because we on a roll now.
Right. Loving ourselves. Yay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Queen, can I make a suggestion?
Mhm.
And of course, here comes the social media part. No, I'm not suggesting that people do a video naked, not at all. But there is a tasteful way of actually curating what it is that you're doing. So I'm coming in, making people, hey, let's talk about what we're doing and show people what we're doing so that it inspires other people. Last night I had 2 students last night for social media. Yay, I'm happy. And they're getting it. We're getting it. One of them is a senior, and he was like, I asked him, I was like, what's 5 things about you that you want to share online? 5 things about you. He was like, well, I'm losing weight, I'm a senior, my exercise routine, I guess my food prep. And I was like, okay, let's talk about your food prep. What do you cook? He was like, it's not the best presentation. I was like, okay, but what do you cook? He's like, well, when I'm my oatmeal, I make my oatmeal. Okay, tell me how you make your oatmeal. He's like, I got the oats, and he's like, I add a shot of rum and raisins and brown sugar. I was like, go back, wait. What? You do what?
An ingredient.
He was like, yeah. He's like, I add a shot of rum. I was like, well, that's different.
That is.
And he was like, yeah, sometimes I add walnuts to it, sometimes I add, berries to it. But yeah, definitely I was like, okay. You the me and my girlfriend was on the side. She was like, wait a minute, you do what? So he's calling it his world famous spiked oatmeal. And I was like, well, we're going to do a video about that because I've never heard that. See, you just sparked up a certain excitement in 2 people, and you just talked about how you made your oatmeal. You didn't even do a video on how you make your oatmeal. And I'm like, that right there, that little bit of difference, because I know we all know how to make oatmeal. I know we all know we all make our oatmeals, differently, but that little tidbit right there. And then I thought about it. I was like, what if I was actually do this as a refrigerated oat and make it cold? He was like, you do what? I was like, yeah, in the summertime, I like to eat oatmeal, but I don't like to eat it hot, especially if it's hot. So if I put all my ingredients together and put it in the refrigerator, it's cold and it's still tasty and it's still hearty. And depending on what ingredients I put in there, it's almost like you could even eat it as like dessert because it's got the sweetness, but I prefer doing it cold in the summertime and hot in the winter. So he was like, I've never heard that. So we just had this conversation in creating content, and inspired 2 different people on how to do something so simple, because everybody knows how to make oatmeal, but now, and that's just talking about it. We haven't even created the video on it. So, one of the people I want to give a shout out to, because she has been doing this in her own way, slowly but surely and more consistently. And I see her and I'm loving everything that she's doing with her creativity, is Mama Het. You are on it. You are doing it.
Yay, Mama Het.
Just want to give a shout out to you, because I'm like, every day you doing something. And we know where you at, we know what you're doing, and it's like I'm loving it. And I know if I'm watching it, I know other people are watching it as well. So while we do this, there's blur, there's fabric to wrap up, but I want us to capture our experience of what we're doing. Don't let that moment go by, because you don't know who you're going to inspire. You don't know who is watching you. You know, you just don't know, really. So it's like, you got to capture and you got to post. I ain't saying you got to show everything, but just enough. A prime example, Adasi. I'm putting out my videos, creating my videos for Adasi, and I'm slowly putting everything out. And I got so many people in my inbox asking me, do I teach? What do I know about? What is this African? What is this? What's going on? How can I be a part of it? And a few sisters will actually ask me, hey, well, we missed this one. Can we do our own? And I'm like, we can always dress in white and go to the ain't nothing stopping us from doing that. We can always come together and do our own. We can always come together. And it's like, it's no good time, bad time, or whatever. So yeah, I am working on that, because some people want to just go and experience. I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Let's do it. So like I said, whatever it is that you're doing, like I just edited a video from last night. Like I was creating content while creating content, but that's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? So that people can grasp and understand exactly what's going on. I got more gigs. I got 2 more gigs for July based on the videos I did for the 2 gigs in June. So it's that consistency. Like I said, I am teaching. I know it can seem like a lot, but once you sit down and know what kind of content you're using, you can sit down with a calendar and create what it is that you're going to do and change up what you're going to do, and then create it and schedule it. So now I'm getting to the point for my personal, I got to create it and schedule it. So then I can focus on creating a schedule for other people. So please don't, let's make sure that we get the content that we need so that we can inspire other people. But like I said, they watching. They watching you. They watching you.
Congratulations on your 2 additions to your business. Congratulations to your 2 events you're going to be doing.
Thank you. Those are 2 gigs. Yes, thank you. I'm stepping out and start doing more events. So yes, yeah, contact me if you want to join the class. The class is a slower rate. You get to figure how to, get this stuff together at your own pace. But the biggest thing is just getting it. My other student was like, okay, I learned today I don't have to be perfect, because she's trying to make everything to be perfect. It don't have to be perfect. You can create a video showing you messing up. It's the human side of it. Be like, look,
Keisha. How are you?
Rising.
Grand Rising. I missed y'all for a couple of days. Friday and yesterday.
I was about to send the dog out to get you.
Yeah, I had to take a little vacation. My girlfriend was getting married on Sunday, so we left to support her. She needed some assistance, so we drove out. And I came in about 4 something this morning.
Oh, she lives out of town?
No, she lives here, but her father's birthday was Sunday as well, so she wanted to celebrate and get married on his birthday.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I wasn't here for yesterday.
Nice. I just, seeing you reminds me there is no video for the Elizabeth show.
Yeah, she didn't record it. It was good stuff though.
My son been going through, he been stressing out and everything about multiple videos, losing stuff, and he just feels so bad, and he just been going through these last couple months, constantly going to Best Buy, to Geek Squad, and he tried to be so perfect with everything that it's just really been bothering him so much. So I just, you don't have to say anything. I'm going to handle it. This is my responsibility. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to help me pay nothing. I'm like, okay, Jabril, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, he's been really going through, and having to call people, like, when your business don't go the way you always want it, what I'm saying? This is like a test for him that he's never experienced before. So he's just, he's learning, and he's trying to take responsibility and just,
They're gonna get you for saying that word, Lakeisha.
What?
You said TRY.
Oh, yes.
You can't even spell it. But
I'm cussing this morning.
So let me say that Mama, he handled everything perfectly.
Yes.
Okay, him calling me, he texted me to you trained well. You're teaching very well.
Yes.
And he apologized, and he kept at it to there where he lost everything on, a lot of stuff on his computer and all of that.
Yeah, he's really been.
Here is one lesson for him. And it's a lesson for us as well. Okay, so he charged $600 for that. Okay, now I tell my whole experience about, I share everything with you all because it's just another lesson. Right. It's not where I want to hide what I go through or what I've experienced or only tell you the good stuff. But because I have one sister, I would call her when I was going to do a presentation, even though she wasn't involved in it, so that she can see what I deal with and I can see what she deals with. And, and that's how we were learning things. So on a job like that, now you see why, or I'm going to say okay, because on a job like that, that's 2 days, he sees how much work is involved in something like that. Even if you're doing a favor for somebody, to understand the work that is involved. So even if you did it for a penny, it's the same work as if you charged $3,000. The work is still the same. So where he was looking at, doing it with joy, and this is going to be a great opportunity. He got to really experience something like that, not a 1-day conference, but a 2-day conference with stuff that was going on in different, he just learned a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, he really did. And he is like really hurt. Like he was really, really hurt because he tried to be like a perfectionist, and then because of my association, like he kind of feel like he let me down, and and he trying to explain to me over and over and over again.
Right.
I'm like, okay, but I understand. I understand. No, Ma, I'm just not lacking. The Elizabeth, I've been working. Just every day, just constantly.
Yeah. And he still has a job and the other projects that he's doing. So it was, I have a Zoom, portion, but the sound is not really good. That's the one thing. But as far as us seeing it, and some of it you can hear good. But I am not disappointed. I am very proud of him. I want to make sure he knows that. And we have pictures. Many of us took pictures, and many of us did, slide or some videoing from our own cameras. We just pull that together and keep it moving. Yes, baby. Mama here. Unmute yourself.
I want to share a few things.
Mhm.
First of all, I had to let that word perfection go because there is no such a thing. There's divine order. And maybe this Elizabeth conference was about an experience for us to have.
Yeah.
I hear Danielle on saying capturing moments, but you got to make sure you're in the moment. That interruption, and I'm calling it an interruption, don't just let it be what it is. In experiencing things, to stop and set up a video and do it, that interrupts the flow of things. I'm not saying not to do it. I'm saying to do it because you want to capture moments. But if there's going to be a moment where you're in a spiritual sector, because usually at the Adasi, I don't even mess with my camera because I'm in moment. Okay. There are times when people have taken pictures, like Mama Jendaya, there are certain people that do take photos and whatnot. But when I go to Adasi, I'm either going to set the camera up first and let it roll, or because that's what I had to do last year because Amani and I had to go by ourselves because we had an event to go to. But sometimes you got to let that moment roll because that stopping for the technology, you break up that energy. So I may not record everything, or if you do record it, like with my father's memorial, I recorded his memorial, what we did for him ourselves, but I didn't post it right away. But you want to make sure that you do experience things, because there's a lot of people, they'll go to concerts and hold the camera up, taking pictures, and then when they get done, they go right back to the camera like they just went there to take a video or get a picture, and they go right back into their phones. They're not even in the moment of the event. So I'm double-sided with this. I do like things to be captured and whatnot. Sometimes you have friends that are the capturers. But you want to make sure you, especially with Adasi, for me, I guess because of how I've experienced it, I don't even have I leave my camera in the car. I ain't even messing around with that. But sometimes they've asked us, don't even bring your cameras. Mama Jendaya will have her camera, not a phone, not the camera phone. But you do want, I'm not saying not to capture these moments, but don't forget to be in a moment and experience. And Lakeisha, your son, he was there to be with the Elizabeths. His camera was his way in, but there was something else because he got a whole nut. Yeah, when I looked at him, when he was sitting down and soaking in what was going on, it wasn't even about the video and for him.
It was experience for him. It really was an experience for him. He enjoyed every moment of it. He enjoyed being there. It's just unfortunate that those things happen as far as,
some moments be like, you know what, I don't want this was for us. Sometimes divine order will intervene and say, you know what, this is our moment. Y'all not, I did get to see a snippet of mine. I did get to see a little piece of mine. I don't even know what y'all talking about. I'm just guessing what happened. But sometimes, I've had my birth pictures are gone. I had pictures that I took all along my pregnancy with Isis are gone. And I ain't gonna be blue out about it. I know it right now, yes. I didn't pay someone to do those things, but there's something greater. There was a greater lesson than video. He learned how to do things. He was like, wait a minute, I got a camera that'll move with the bodies. I can do this way. Him expressing that to me was even greater than us even having a video footage of it. I'm just saying. Because there was some different.
Because watching him was such a joy. He was so involved in it, and he was so, I want to make this, which is why I understand his disappointment, because like, I'm going to make this so, up and stuff, and, but shift happens.
Yeah, we might have to have him on the show. We might have to have him on.
You know what, Mama had? The other thing was, remember, we called it a dress rehearsal.
Yes, we did. We did.
I have a lot of stuff for
we did.
Yeah, Jabril.
Yes. I would like to have him on the show. I think that if he was willing, I would really, I don't know, Wednesday, July, because we got Mama Evelyn tomorrow.
Does he go to a job in the morning?
I'll record it at night. I'll do an interview with him and I'll post the video. I don't care. I'm a video him. We can do a Zoom and record it, and I'll have him on the show some kind of way. We're gonna have him on the show.
Yeah,
because I want him to know what we saw from him. Because I think it was more for him and not necessarily for us, for as far as his portion, because he got to see a different whole nother life and how people operate, because we dealt with a lot of things that were not, and we made them happen. So yeah. But yeah, dump that perfect. I can't stand that word. I don't charge for that one. I'm not gonna charge for that one, but I let that word go with divine order. My cousin brought that to me years ago, and that's what I roll with. Ain't no late. You get there when you're supposed to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so I'm not gonna let him hold that burden.
So he does take his stuff. He does take it very serious, and and then he really does. But yeah. Well, I'm glad that he's caught. I try not to stay out of his business.
Oh Lord,
coach him to certain things, but
That's all right. He learned a good lesson, and he learned it with family and friends. Mm-hmm. And that's what Elizabeths are about, is that we create the space and the opportunities for people to express and experience their full self-expression, their passion, and get paid. He did all of that whole statement. That was his time to do that. And it fit into the budget that we had. And it blessed him. It was like he was in a on-the-job training profession of him being his own boss and working it out and stuff, and then working with a nice crew of people, because somebody else could have just went off and then you got to pay me this, that, and the other. You going da 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 da. Could have done.
Yeah. Well, he definitely wants to refund some money. He said those long, like each one like long, 45 minutes long, and then he's never had that before,
Right,
so he didn't foresee, certain things, but
it's all
he does feel bad about it. He does.
I know he does. I know he does.
I be hearing it out,
Mm-hmm. So anyway, I did wanted to tell you that, and I wanted to make sure Mama was on when we shared, not for any particular reason, but that I just wanted to make sure everybody, all of the aunties, all of us knew, and so to not expect that. And but we definitely have so many pictures, and I have some nice footage, even with on the what was that called? Zoom. Yeah, Zoom. Yeah, it was hanging in there, except for the sound. If I could, once I figured that one out, but I'm in the midst of purchasing, researching so that I can get a really good camera, so it's not dependent on my boo right here. She's not doing so good with that part. Uploading and stuff like that. It just, I can only do so much. It can only do so much. Like, I need more. I need outside the box kind of equipment.
And also, Queen, we have the ability to piece together the videos and create a video. Danielle was sharing with us that, I think last week or this week, and we can do our stills from our videos as always, freeze frame and collect the stills. So your son, this incident is forcing us to study even further and learn even more. And Lakeisha, this is just my little sidebar. You don't have to take that burden on. Your son is responsible. He did what he did. He's done what you have taught him. Like Queen said, he's doing what you have taught and set foundation for him. So don't take that. Both of y'all let that burden go. I'm gonna come collect them rocks, and y'all not gonna keep them. I'm gonna come get them. I'm gonna come pick them up. I want to hear no more about it. I want to hear no more about it. No more with that T word, because I'm gonna start. You gonna do push-ups and squeezes. I'm gonna have you push up there. You be ripping them up.
I ain't getting my hugs no more. You don't even come in there and give me my hugs no more. It's because of the camera. I ain't got my hugs. He can give it to me later on in the day or something like that. But he will come right on in here.
Oh yeah, he don't want us to see him.
Where is he right now? Them get in here and give us our hug.
I just heard him going to the bathroom.
Tell Carl that mama had said, come here.
I
Come
know
here.
he
We
didn't even
want our
see me
hugs
since
right
I've been
today.
back.
Get in here and give us our
There
hug.
we go. Come on.
Come
Hey,
on,
give us
come
our
on.
hug.
Not
Kid,
get in
look,
here.
kid, and your auntie. Look at you.
We said,
Yeah, give us our hug.
Did you say hi to him?
Shoot, life happens. Shoot, life
Come
happens.
here. We were just
I
talking
felt
about
that hug
everything,
all the
and
way from my desk.
not to take that burden.
Yeah, I'm
You
coming
know.
to collect that boulder. Y'all not gonna hold that no more. It's done and over with and learn the lesson. Amen.
The pictures, you couldn't.
She got the pictures.
No, not the pictures, but the videos.
Yeah, they gone. I lost the hard drive. I ain't lose it, but it was doing what it's designed to do. And then they said, yeah, if you're doing what it's designed to do, you're doing that over, which I was not doing that over. One time I was transferring over some photos to somebody else, and next thing you know, the fan got the clicking real hard, and this shit just shut itself down. Now I took it to about 3 places already. Like, yeah, and I already knew it was gonna be like that. That's why I knew I needed 2 of them, and I needed an online service. I know I'm supposed to have 2 of them, an online service, but I just can't. I know I've been new better, so I gotta do better with that, with the safety of footage. Because having one is not really having safety. It's just somewhere to store, so I can't continue editing.
Real.
Somewhere, I'm
Real.
sure.
Look at him. See how he going?
They say,
Yeah.
look at him.
Okay,
Yeah.
I really want you to listen to us.
Okay.
Look at him, though.
I'm listening to it. I'm trying to listen.
Okay.
All good. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fine.
We all learn and we've all experienced what you've experienced and had to face the people and all that kind of stuff. We're telling you as aunties, it's all good.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
It's all good. And we and I'm definitely you're part of us. You're Elizabeth, the male energy. And it's about doing it together. We actually called it a dress rehearsal before we even did it, as we're going in, because we were all learning. We were all learning things, on a different level, and all of us working together. So we definitely know, and now how much work is involved, even more because of this 2-day thing in how you charge. Though we appreciate what you did for us, other people, oh yeah, because I still have to edit and I have to do this and that and the other, so we all have learned, and we want you not to carry that just lift that off. That's a lesson that we all learned.
Yeah.
All learned. And I still, when at first I wasn't even going to go there because the other guy was charging me like $2,000. Okay. So I'll just give you some numbers.
Same thing could happen to him.
And he, yeah, boy, was that good. But anyway, I forgot. What was I
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. It's there.
I mean, yeah, come back. Anyway, so the bottom line is that we all working together, and I do have the footage that I had from the Zoom. Remember, I had my camera there, so I have that. Oh, I was saying that Danielle was saying, because I said, well, we just can't do it and stuff. She said, no, well, we have to have something so that we can take contents from it, so it didn't have to be perfect. Even what I have on here, where I can still snatch content and from some videos that I have, and everybody kind of look at what you have and put it together, so we can snatch the content and use it for snapshots or video content and stuff. So we can definitely use it, because it wasn't going to be where we were going to just sit there and just watch the whole thing,
Right.
Or maybe we would. But bottom line is, we do have some footage for what we need to do, and it's all good, and we love you, and we don't want that stuff taking up space in your head, except for when you're making arrangements to do another one, the experience and what you learn from that. Take that, the rest of that, as far as guilt, shame, or any of that, that is not of God, and we are of God.
Yep.
With one another, right? All right, so it's all good. We love you. And here's a big hug for you.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
They want they
Oh, my
hug.
bad.
All right, it was a pleasure working with you. A pleasure
Yes.
working with you. Yeah.
All right.
And the one that I was really looking forward to, you was all on the floor, you was getting
Yeah, I was so ready to give it out, but it just I couldn't export the videos because 7 of y'all videos was done, like all the way done. They just had to get exported into a file so I could send it.
And no
Space for that.
Somewhere
I
else.
had space for it in the external drive, but it had to go on the computer first before we even move over, transfer over there next. To the computer after I deleted everything. Then I had to go to the professional delete everything. And that's when it started. That's when my computer started working. My drive was working better, but now I just stopped working at all altogether. I thought it was just working better than ever for a week.
Yeah. Mama Razia.
That's just how I have to.
You know,
Got to make sure I buy two of them.
I'm sitting here feeling so excited about the kind of discussion we're having right now, and to see the young brother come forth and talk. And I came up with a title. Can you hear me?
Yes.
It says for him to, in the near future, be a presenter. And the title could be how to receive and expand the complete message of the May 12th through 14th video experience. That order, because it's a major learning experience, a major mental exercise, spiritual exercise for all of us. And it could be a very rich workshop and a chance for healing.
Yeah.
Wednesdays. Already called. Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even in that, when we have experiences like this, these are like Mama, and it's so funny because Mama Razia had just explained how she was in the moment and how can this be for my good. Brother Jalil could come forward and share what happened and how to, in the future, how to blah, 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 blah. And it might have been a fault of the doggone device because devices fail because of something, whatever, what have you. And so that's why it's not so important for us to take on things, because sometimes it ain't had nothing to do with you. This was something that happened with the device, and maybe he need to call them people and say your thing jacked up and y'all need to redo it and sit. He needs to complain about, he needs to share what happened with the company, because there may be a recall on them things. You know what I'm saying? So now he might get 500 of them, or they'll improve them and whatnot. So this is how you can market everything. Yes. So then the other thing is to do maybe do some type of video. I wouldn't mind being present, and then teaching on how to unravel when you have a moment like this. Because as Queen was talking, I was like, wow, we got footage. We could send him our footage and he could doctor it up. That might be a new thing.
I tried to say that.
And I create this edit thing and make a new now he got a whole nother business.
Yeah, I tried to suggest that. I said Danielle has some stuff. I know they have some other footage, some other things that you can put together. I tried to.
And then maybe we can contact some of the people who was there. Like I know one of my mothers was there. Granted, she sent me the pictures from her Android. It was just like, I appreciate you, but I mean, sometimes we gotta use what we got. The main thing is to get at least a 3-minute video of that captured what happened that weekend, so we can use it for next year. because I do know this much. The conferences from the sisters who have already done conferences this year, they're already promoting for next year, like now. So I'm like, and we also know what happened with that weekend with everybody with so much going on. Yeah, we got to get with the people of the community and find out what the community calendar looks like for next year so we can start planning for next year. So yeah, we had a mishap. We lost what we lost. It's cool, you know, it's okay. Let's get what we can get so we can create something new and then.
Right. Let's call it a lesson. Let's call it a lesson. We had our lesson from the experience.
Okay.
Well, I want to say I'm excited. I'm looking forward to me and Danielle's collaboration. I was ready 2 weeks ago for the Monday. We're going to have our Millionaire Mindset Mondays. And so I'm excited to share the stuff with you all on Mondays with Danielle.
Okay.
Ashe.
Ashe.
It's the beautiful morning.
Dun, 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 dun. Yes.
So I feel you what you say about Mama Head about going through our lessons and going through our tests. I'm certainly getting it right now. Yesterday, so I already knew. I've been saying, you guys know, I've been saying I'm stepping into social media. I'm leaving caregiving. I'm stepping into social media. I'm leaving caregiving. And then it's funny how the universe just kind of makes that.
Because you said it. Because you said it.
So yesterday, so my client went to the hospital over the weekend. She had a fall on my watch last Tuesday. My supervisor was going crazy. You know, how could she fall? Why were you not next to her? And that's not type of relate. I give this particular client has a certain independence. Okay, she likes changing her own breed. She has incontinence, but she likes change. She likes to have some sort of independence still left to her. So I let her have her independence. Now she got out the bathroom without telling me. She lost her gait and she fell. I heard when that walker fell, I heard that. And so, you know, my supervisor is so focused on the why, but come to find out, she's been falling by herself when nobody's there. She's falling in the middle of the night when nobody's there. And so she's falling with family members there. So it's like last 2 weeks, it's been a series of falls I wasn't privy to. So she has a family friend that's like a house manager. I get a call yesterday asking, did my client ever give me any stemware? I was like, no. She's like, well, her house manager is saying that she's got wine glasses missing. I was like, okay. And they want to press charges and they don't want you to come back. And first of all, my client's gonna be in the hospital for 30 days. So do you think I'm gonna sit around and wait for her for the next 30 days? For the 3 hours a week, no, 12 hours a week that I work for her? Do you really think I'm waiting around 30 days for 12 hours? No. And so the way that she was coming at me, I'm like, I'm done. I'm so done. I'm like, you guys want to accuse me of stealing wine glasses? I'm like, I've never, and she has people come in and out her house. She's grandma's house. Every family function, because she can't move around, everything happens at grandma's house. Major birthdays and everything. So it's no telling who got what where.
How old is she?
She's 80.
So with my experience dealing with a lot of seniors, a lot of them always feel like somebody is breaking in their house, stealing, or maintenance is coming in, taking their stuff. I mean, I don't know what it is about that. They always are.
Well, here's the thing.
All the time.
Here's the thing. She's got like it's an art studio. That's what was turned into her room. And so she had a fall and she's scared to move, so she can't move around her house. Her house is a tri-level. She's got a beautiful tri-level house in Rosedale Park. Okay, so by it being tri-level, she doesn't get off the first level. Her bathroom is right there and everything, but because there's stairs, her mobility is just not. Her mobility would have been a whole lot better if she exercised, got up and moved and everything. But they got this recliner chair for her, and all she does is just sit in the recliner chair. Go get up, go to the bathroom, sit in the chair. raise her legs up, sit in a chair. And so her mobility got worse and worse because she's not moving. She's scared to move. She's scared to fall. And it's like they had physical therapy come in, but physical therapy didn't do too much. It was just, I'm just like, I'm a healer. I am a light worker. I'm a healer. I like seeing people's lives transform. I like to see you go from sick to healed, not just maintaining. So this job right here was just something for me to do in the interim while I was going through transition, moving from my condo to my boyfriend's house. And now I'm in another transition, really doing things on my own. I'm like, I was never meant to do this forever. It's nice, but I want to see people heal. I want to see you get better. And my clients, they maintain, and then they don't get better. They decline, and then they transition. And I'm like, I can't bring in my holistic modalities because everything has to be medical. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm at that point where I'm done. Now I am doing some caregiving work with another company right now, but it's on my choice. It's on my time. I'm headed to a client right now. It's more money, less time, just something simple. This is my interim as I create my business as how I want it. I'm getting back into Uni's things. I'm getting back into teaching, and I'm doing social media. That's just the bottom line, because I want to help people. I want to see people heal. And I'm like, this right here, being accused of stealing stemware, I'm like, first of all, the house manager had it out for me all the time, but it was her son, because of our landmark association. He always stuck up for me. He's the one that made the final decision. But I'm done. I'm like, God is opening up opportunities. I got way too much skills to be sitting here just watching people maintain. I even went to another company out of fear. It was like, you can reactivate me. And I'm like, I'm thinking about this. I'm like, hell no. That's $2 pay raise. And when she asked me, do I know how to change grease? I'm like, I do, but I don't want to do this for no $14 an hour. Like, I'm thinking about, like, hell no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. So I do have a lot going on right now, but I see things opening up, and I'm like, I'm taking my exit until I'm able to create a holistic home care company myself that allows me to incorporate holistic healing properties, along with the medical, to help people heal. And that will be my mission statement when it comes to that particular whole care company. I'm just not going to maintain your life. We're going to transform and heal this situation around. So if you're 80 years old, guess what, mama? You're going to have to get up and do some yoga, do some meditation. We're going to get up and walk, because that's a part of the program along with the doctor. I'm not going to just sit here and do the status quo and just sit here and watch you die. I'm not doing that no more. I'm not. I'm just not. So
Well, Danielle, I say,
inhale, breathe, and inhale. Danielle, Mama had said that. Breathe and inhale. We talked about that the other day, We got your rampage and your desire and your passion for healing. And it does come a time where you have to put your foot down and make your stand, not hang in there like many people say, how are you doing, girl? I'm hanging in there. I said, God ain't never told you to hang in nowhere. God told you.
There's nowhere in any book I've seen.
Yeah, do all you know to do, and then stand. But he said, do all you know to do, then stand and see me work. Watch me do my thing. Watch me do my thing. And I know that your passion is for people to walk in health, in full health, Danielle. So, and sometimes life has to happen. Other things fall apart for you to step all the way in, because we can get satisfied and dependable, whatever the word is, for other things to make sure I get paid. when I would say this to you specifically, Danielle, you are one of the most hustling sisters I know. And it's time for you to take control. And you got a whole crew of us in our own ways that of where we all overlap one another so that we have this box right here, these squares. There are areas where we overlap, and we're behind you. And I'll say this, well, without all of you, each one of you have a special thing that you bring into my life. You bring a nugget into my life, that empowers me, and I can see what God is doing, where that thing that he's blessing me with to share with you all, there's things in you that is for all of us as well. So this is really where we can, we may not know the strategy, but we can find out, we can create it. And we're never fighting. Right. Always creating. So I got to go fight with this. I got to go deal with this. No, I get to go and be Mama Evelyn and create something that may not be on a piece of paper. It may not be with this lighter or crayon, but I'm gonna create something as like what Lakeisha would do when she would go into a room. She's like me. She would create another business. Mama Het would create another dance or another skirt or something like that. Sister Deidre is going to find some more information for us to learn about some things and some actions behind it. You see, so we all, Danielle, this is your time, baby. Right. And whatever is not in line with that, got to go.
Got to go.
Somehow you have told the universe, I'm ready to.
She said it. She said it already. She just said it. She did the same thing. My sister did the same thing. And something that once you make that declaration, and the other thing is the universe gonna make everything get out the way for this new thing to come and happen. But you gotta sit down for a minute. You gotta breathe for a minute. Yeah. And the other thing that's so important, Danielle, so important. We can help people heal. We can't heal people. We lead them to that. We give them the tools. And some people at least make them comfortable, because change is gonna come. Think about that more so, because that's a lot of burden to say I'm going to heal somebody, because when they don't get better, you feel some kind of way. We don't want to take that burden on. So you have the tools, you have all the information and what is needed to help them get to at least comfortable or contentment. That's what the goal is, because happy is conditional, but at least get them there and help them there. Mama Razia got a hand up, y'all.
Mama. I just want to say to Sister Danielle, the situation you are looking for is also looking for you.
Yeah.
Now, I just had a serious conversation with a sister just yesterday, and we sat for about an hour talking about the gap in Metro Detroit, where there is no place for people who follow natural healing paths, holistic healing paths, to go when they're no longer able to maintain in their own homes. And, oh my God, any nursing home that we know about right now is going to require me to go and start taking drugs. Yeah. They will not be willing to serve me fresh, organic juices, energy soups, blend meals, or whatever I need. They're going to force me to eat the chicken and mashed potatoes and whatever is on the list. Yeah. So why are we not in this great area providing a place? Maybe we start with 6 beds and do that and we grow. I wonder if you are willing to sit down with us. This woman, I met her as a massage therapist. years ago, and she's been dealing with Dr. Sabi and others. So Danielle, there are some of us out here, and each one of us is saying, I need more. I need to meet more people who are willing to get this started.
Okay, so one of the things I'm gonna bring Mama Sheila, because Mama Sheila, we talked about this when your Aunt Edie and your Uncle Don left that house over on Dexter. You when Mama was alive, you know what I'm saying? You wanted to create something for the seniors because
Yeah.
you know there was a that. So I would say I would love to sit down and talk to somebody because okay, I have my holistic mind and then I have my business mind. And I do know that, you know, both of them have to make sense, but I also know there
Yeah.
are programs, there's grants, there's ways to combine to combine this. And even if it's on a private, because I worked private duty, so if it's private duty and they're paying out of pocket, what happens is there's a there's that, and then there's, you know, if you have something that you're getting by the state, you have to mandate everything by the state to make sure that everything's got to make sense. So I'm willing to do that. And you know, if I have, you know, the assistance of somebody, you know, looking up for grant, you know, even if we have our own urban farm, you know, let's combine it some way somehow. It's an urban farm as well, you know what I'm saying? So if it's got a lot that has its own urban farm and garden where they can not only, you know, do the urban farming gardening as well, but they're also eating the organic fruits and everything that's coming from the urban. Let's see how we can cross promote, cross shift, you know, what is it? And make it make sense to fill in the gap. What is it? To fill in the gap. I'm open. I'm open.
Okay.
Okay.
Because there's a medical doctor who years ago, I have to look at my notes and see if I can find, but she had a big house, and when she worked with her patients, she sent them to live at this place at, you know, continued care type thing. She had a big garden on the property. It has been done, but it wasn't supported enough to continue and grow. And so you are standing in the gap right now. You're standing in a big place. And the meeting can be planned for next week. We'll just need to check with Sheila, you know, check with 5 or 6 people who'd like to get it started. Sometimes
Yeah, I'm sorry.
it happens. And Mother Bracy used to tell me, honey, if you don't start doing it, God is gonna just slap you in the face or on the behind or whatever. Get up and start doing it.
So
And
yeah, I would say, let me share this. I know my client last year who passed away earlier this year, but one of the things I was able to, you know, introduce into her life when I first started with her, she was on Xanax for her anxiety. She had COPD on top of everything else, but there's this thing with Xanax. Her sister didn't want to take it because taking too much Xanax can mess up your kidneys. Any medicine can actually mess up your kidneys. And I introduced to her on YouTube because at least she used her phone. I was like, well, why don't you listen to some what type of meditation music do you like to listen to? She didn't know. So we sat there and we listened and we found that she likes the soothing sound of rain and the storm. And so when she gets into an anxiety attack, she started listening to that YouTube video. She started listening to calm herself down. She started talking to herself and calming herself down when nobody was around so that she can get through this anxiety. Within a month, she stopped taking those pills. From the whole time, and then there afterwards, she didn't take any because she knew how to handle that without the medication. So it's little simple things like that. I know I feel great because I made a difference with her, and because she also got off that Xanax too. So couldn't get her off the dairy because I'm like COPD, mucus, dairy. Okay, well, baby steps. We got to start somewhere. So, but you know, yeah, I definitely.
It's
you're ready.
11 after 10, and if you don't mind, Evelyn, if you could have the last say, question. I see your hand is up, and then we'll Unmute yourself, baby.
I didn't know it was muted. Dr. Margaret Betts, she has a building on Livernois. So I mean, if you need a space, you could reach out to her. She was my doctor for a minute, and she mentioned that she had a building, and that's what she wanted to eventually transition her practice into that building, so yeah, just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me, Evelyn. She did offer a few of us about 2 years ago. She offered the building just before, the big COVID. So revisit that invitation.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I had
You're
forgotten.
welcome.
Thank you.
All right, beautiful queen. Good show, good conversation. Give yourself a big hug. Good job, Deidre, as usual.
Thank you, thank you. Oh,
I love you guys. I'll talk to you guys later.
love you too.
Sprinkle all that good stuff and have fun. See you.
Bye.
Yeah.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.